Shall we all meet again? In thunder, lightning, or in rain? When the hurly-burly's done, when the battle's lost and won, that will be ere the set of sun. Where the place upon the heath, there to meet with Macbeth. Fair is foul, and foul is fair. Hover through the fog and filthy air.
What bloody man is that? It seemeth by his plight he can report of the revolt of new estate.
This is the sergeant who, like a good and hardy soldier, fought against my captivity.
Hail, brave friend.
Say to the king the knowledge of the broil as thou didst leave it.
Doubtful it stood, as two spent swimmers that do cling together and choke their art. The merciless Macdonald, worthy to be a rebel, for to that the multiplying villainies of nature do swarm upon him. From the western isles of kerns and gallow glasses is supplied, and fortune smiling on his damned quarrel showed like a rebel's whore, but all's too weak. For brave Macbeth, well, he deserves that name, disdaining fortune with his brandished steel, which smoked with bloody execution, like valor's minion, carved out his passage till he faced the slain, and there shook hands, nor bade farewell to him, till he unseamed him of the knave to the chops, and fixed his head upon our battlements.
Valiant cousin, worthy gentleman! So well thy words become thee as thy wounds, they smack of honor both. Get him surgeons. Who comes here?
The worthy Thane of Ross. What a haste looks through his eyes, so should he look that seems to speak things strange.
God save the king.
Whence comest thou, worthy Thane?
From Fife, great king, where Norway with terrible numbers, assisted by the most disloyal traitor, the Thane of Cawdor, did begin this dismal conflict. Till that Bellona's bridegroom, Macbeth, confronted with self-comparison, point against rebellious point, arm against arm, curving his lavish spirit, and to conclude, the victory fell to us.
Great happiness! No more that Thane of Cawdor shall deceive our bosom interests. Go pronounce his present death, and with his former title, greet Macbeth.
I shall see it done.
What he hath lost, noble Macbeth hath won.
A sailor's wife had chestnuts in her lap, and munched, and munched, and munched. Oh, give me, quoth I, anoint thee, witch, the rum-fed Ronian cried. Her husband's to Aleppo gone, master of the tiger, but in a sieve I'll thither sail, and like a rat without a tail, I'll do, and I'll do. I will drain him dry as shall live, a man forbid. Oh, look what I have. Here, I have a pilot's thumb. Wrecked as homeward he did come. A drum. A drum. Macbeth doth come.
So foul and fair a day I have not seen. How far is it called to Forres? What is this? So withered and so wild in her attire. You seem to understand me.
Speak, if you can. What are you?
All hail Macbeth, Thane of Glamis, Thane of Cawdor. All hail Macbeth, thou shalt be king hereafter.
Good sir, why do you start and seem to fear things that do sound so fair? In the name of truth, are ye fantastical, or that indeed which outwardly ye show? My noble partner you greet with present grace of great prediction, of noble having and of royal hope, that he seems rapt withal. To me you speak not. If you can look into the seeds of time and say which grain will grow and which will not, speak then to me, whom neither beg nor fear your favor nor your hate.
Hail, hail, lesser than Macbeth and greater, not so happy yet much happier. Thou shalt get kings though thou be none, so all hail Macbeth and Banquo, Banquo and Macbeth. All hail.
Stay, you imperfect speaker, tell me more. By my father's hand I know I am Thane of Glamis, but how of Cawdor? The Thane of Cawdor lives, and to be king stands not within the prospect of belief, no more than to be Cawdor. Speak, I charge you.
Whither is she vanished?
Into the air. And what seemed corporal melted as breath into the wind.
Were such things here as we do speak on, or have we eaten on the insane root that takes the reason prisoner?
Your children shall be kings.
You shall be king.
And Thane of Cawdor too, went it not so?
To the self-same tune and words. Who's there?
The king hath happily received Macbeth, and on thy news of thy success, I am sent from our royal master to give thee thanks, and upon greater honor to call thee Thane of Cawdor.
What, can the devil speak true?
The Thane of Cawdor lives. Why do you dress me in borrowed robes?
The Thane lives yet, but under heavy judgment lives a life he does not deserve. Treasonous capital confessed and proved have overthrown him.
Do you not hope your children shall be kings, when she that gave the Thane of Cawdor to me promised no less to them?
That trusted home might yet enkindle you unto the crown, besides the Thane of Cawdor, but 'tis strange. And oftentimes, to win us to our harms, the instruments of darkness tell us truths, win us with honest trifles, to betray us in deepest consequence. Cause in a word, I pray you.
Two truths are told. 'Tis happy prologues to the swelling act of the imperial theme. This supernatural soliciting cannot be ill, cannot be good. If ill, why hath it given me earnest of success commencing in a truth? I am Thane of Cawdor. If good, why do I yield to that suggestion? This horrid image doth unfix my hair and make my seated heart knock at my ribs against the use of nature. Present fears are less than horrible imaginings. My thought, whose murder yet is but fantastical, shakes so my single state of man, that function is smothered in surmise, and nothing is but what is not.
Look how our partner's rapt.
If chance will have me king, why chance may crown me without my stir.
Worthy Macbeth, we stay upon your leisure.
Give me your favor. My dull brain was wrought with things forgotten. Let us toward the king think on what hath chanced, and in more time, the interim having waited, let us speak our free hearts each to each other.
Very gladly.
Until then, enough.
Here comes the king.
Is execution done on Cawdor? Are those not in commission yet returned?
My liege, they are not yet come back. But I spoke with one that saw him die, who did report that, very frankly, he confessed his treasons. implored your highness pardon and set forth a deep repentance.
There's
Nothing in his life became him like believing it.
no art to find the mind's construction in the face. He was a gentleman on whom I built an absolute trust. My worthiest cousin, the sin of my ingratitude even now is heavy upon me. Thou art so far above the swiftest wing of recompenses, slow to overtake thee. All I have left to say is more is I do than more than all can pay.
The service and the loyalty I owe in doing it pays itself. Your highness's part is to receive our duties.
Welcome hither I have begun to plant thee, and will labor to make thee full of growing. Noble Banquo, thou hast no less deserved. Let me hold thee and enfold thee to my heart.
There, if I grow, the harvest is your own.
My plenteous joys, wanton in fullness, seek to hide themselves in drops of sorrow. Allies, kinsmen, thanes, and those whose places are the closest, know that we will establish our estate upon our eldest, Malcolm, whom we name hereafter the heir of Cumberland. Nobility like stars shine on all deservers, from hence to Inverness, and bind us further to you.
I'll be myself the harbinger, and make joyful the hearing of my wife with your approach. So humbly take my leave.
My worthy Cawdor,
The heir of Cumberland? That is a step on which I must fall down or else o'erleap. For in my way it lies. Stars, hide your fires. Let light not see my black and deep desires.
worthy Banquo, he is full, so valiant, and in his commendation I am fed. It is a banquet to me. Let us after him whose care is gone before to bid us welcome. It is a peerless kinsman.
She met me in the day of success, and I have learned by the Vector's report she has more in her than mortal knowledge. Whilst I stood wrapped in the wonder of it, came misses from the king, who all hailed me Thane of Cawdor, by which title before this weird sister saluted me, and referred me to the coming on of time with, "Hail, King, that shalt be." I have thought good to deliver this to thee, my dearest partner of greatness. Lay it to thy heart, and farewell. Blams there art, and Cawdor, and shalt be what thou art promised. Yet I fear thy nature. It is too full of the milk of human kindness to catch the nearest way. Thou would be great, art not without ambition, but without the illness should attend it. Hie thee hither, that I may pour my spirits into thine ear, and chastise with the valor of my tongue all that impedes thee from the golden round that fate and metaphysical aid doth seem to have thee crowned withal. What is your tidings?
The king comes here tonight.
Thou was about to say, is not thy master with him? And didn't he say that he would say preparations?
So it please you, madam, it is true. Our Thane is coming. One of my fellows, scarcely made out, with lack of breath, made out the message.
Give him tending. He brings great news. Oh. The raven himself is hoarse. that declares the fatal entrance of Duncan under my battlements. Come, you spirits, that tend on mortal thoughts. Unsex me here, and fill me from the crown to the toe, top full of direst cruelty. Make thick my blood, stop up the access and passage to remorse, and that no compunctious visitings of nature shake my fell purpose, nor keep peace between the effect and it. Come to my woman's breasts, and take my milk for gall, you murdering ministers, wherever in your sightless substances you wait upon nature's mischief. Come, thick night, and pall thee in the dunnest smoke of hell, that my keen knife see not the wound it makes, nor heaven peep through the blanket of the dark to cry, hold, hold. Worthy clowns, worthy Cawdor. Oh.
My dearest wife, Duncan comes here tonight.
And when goes hence?
Tomorrow, as he purposes.
Oh, never shall sun that morrow see. Your face, my thane, is as a book where men may read strange matters to beguile the time. Look like the time. Bear welcome in your eye, your hand, your tongue. Look like the innocent flower, but be the serpent under it. He that is coming must be provided for, and you shall put this night's great business under my dispatch, which shall for all the nights and days to come give solely sovereign sway and mastery.
We will speak further.
Only look up clear. To alter favor ever is to fear. Leave all the rest to me.
This castle hath a pleasant seat. The air nimbly and sweetly recommends itself to our gentle senses.
This guest of summer the temple-haunting martlet does approve by his loved mansionry that the heaven's breath smells wooingly here. No jutty, frieze, buttress, nor coign of vantage, but that this bird hath made his pennant bed and procreate cradle. I have observed, where they most breed and haunt, the air is delicate.
See our honored hostess. The love that follows us sometimes is our trouble. Herein I shall teach you how to bid God yield ye for your pains, and thank us for your trouble.
Oh, all our service at each point, twice done and then done double, our poor and single business to contend against those honors, deep and broad, wherewith your majesty loads our house. To those of the old and to the late dignities heaped up to them, we rest your hermits.
Where's the Thane of Cawdor? We coursed him at the heels and had a purpose to be his purveyor, but he rides well, and his great love, sharp as his spur, has helped him to his home before us. Our noble hostess, we are your guest tonight.
Oh, your servants ever have theirs themselves and what is theirs in count to make their audit at your highness's pleasure, still to return your own.
Give me your hand. Conduct me to mine host. We love him highly and shall continue our graces towards him. By your leave, hostess.
If it were done when 'tis done, then 'twere well it were done quickly. If the assassination could trammel up the consequence and catch with his surcease success. But this blow might be the be-all and the end-all here, but here, on this bank and shoal of time. We'd jump the life to come, but in these cases, we still have judgment here. That we but teach bloody instructions which being taught return to plague the inventor. This even-handed justice commends the ingredients of our poisoned chalice to our own lips. He's here in double trust. First, as I am his kinsman and his subject, strong both against the deed. Then as his host, who should against his murderer shut the door, not bear the knife myself. Besides, this Duncan hath borne his faculties so meek, hath been so clear in his great office that his virtues will plead like angels, trumpet-tongued against the deep damnation of his taking off, and pity like a naked newborn babe striding the blast, or heaven's cherubim horsed upon the sightless couriers of the air shall blow the horrid deed in every eye that tears shall drown the wind. I have no spur to prick the sides of my intent, but only vaulting ambition, which o'erleaps itself and falls on the other. How now? What news?
He has almost supped. Why have you left the chamber?
We will proceed no further in this business. He hath honored me of late, and I have bought golden opinions from all sorts of people, which would be worn now in their newest gloss, not cast aside so soon.
Was the hope drunk, wherein you dressed yourself? Hath it slept since, and wakes it now to look so green and pale, and what it did so freely? From this time, such I account thy love. Art thou feared to be the same in act and valor as thou art in desire? Wouldst thou have that which thou esteemest, the ornament of life, and then live a coward in thy own esteem, letting I dare not wait upon I would like that poor cat in the attic?
Prithee, peace! I dare do all that may become a man. Who dares do more is none.
What beast was it then that made thee break this enterprise to me? When you durst do it, then you were a man! And to be more than what you were, you would be so much more than man. Nor time nor place did then adhere, and yet you would make both. They have made themselves, and that their fitness now does unmake you? I have given suck, and I know how tender it is to love the babe that milks me. I would, while she was smiling in my face, and plucked her nipples from my boneless gums and dashed her brains out, had I so sworn as you had done to this.
If we should fail.
We fail! But screw your courage to the sticking place. Will not fail while Duncan is asleep. His 2 servants will I wine and morsels so convince in memory the water of the brain shall be just a fume, and while its swinish sleep their drenched natures lie as a debt. What cannot you and I perform upon the unguarded Duncan? What not put upon his spongy officers, who shall bear the guilt of our great plan?
Will it not be received when we have marked with blood those sleepy 2 of his own chamber, and used their very daggers that they have done it?
Who should receive it other? For we will make our grief and clamor roar upon his death.
I am settled. and bend up each corporal agent to this terrible feat? Away, and mock the time with fairest show. False face must hide, what the false heart doth know.
How goes the night, sir?
The moon is down. I have not heard the clock.
She goes down at 12.
Yeah, I take 'tis later, sir.
Well, there's husbandry in heaven. Their candles are all out. A heavy summons lies like lead upon me, and yet I would not sleep. Merciful powers, restrain in me the cursed thoughts that nature gives way to in repose. Who's there?
A friend.
What, sir, not yet at rest? The king's abed? I dreamt last night of that same weird sister. To you she has shown some truth.
I think not of her. Yet, when we can entreat an hour to serve, we would spend it in some words upon that business, if you would grant the time.
At your kindest leisure?
If you shall cleave to my consent when 'tis, it shall make honor for you.
So I lose none in seeking to augment it, but will keep my bosom franchised and allegiance clear. I shall be counsel.
Good. Repose the while.
Thanks, sir. The like to you.
Go bid thy mistress when my drink is ready, she strike upon the bell. Get thee to bed. Is this a dagger which I see before me? The handle toward my hand. Come, let me clutch thee. I have thee not, and yet I see thee still. Art thou not fatal vision, sensible to feeling as to sight? Or art thou but a dagger of the mind, a false creation proceeding from the heat oppressed brain? I see thee yet, in form as palpable is this which now I draw. Thou marshallest me the way that I was going, and such an instrument I was to use. Mine eyes are made the fools of the other senses. Or else worse, all the rest, I see thee still, and on thy blade and dudgeon gouts of blood, which was not so before. There's no such thing. It is the bloody business which informs thus to mine eye. Now, o'er the 1/2 world, nature seems dead. In wicked dreams abuse the curtained sleep. Thou sure and firm set earth, hear not my steps which way they walk, for fear thy stones prate of my whereabout. Whilst I threat, he lives. Words to the heat of deeds too cold breath gives. I go, and it is done. The bell invites me. Hear it not, Duncan, for it is a knell that summons thee to heaven. Or to hell.
That which has made them drunk has made me bold. It hath drenched them and quenched them and given me fire. The owl that shrieked. He is about it, the doors are open, and the surfeited grooms do mock their charge with snores.
Who's there?
Oh, I fear they've awakened, it is not done. The gift hath, not the deed, confounds us. Oh, gosh. I have laid their daggers ready. Good
killed my father as he slept. I'd have done it. My husband?
I had done the deed. Didst thou not hear a noise?
I heard the owl shriek and the crickets cry. Did not you speak?
When?
Now?
As I descended?
I?
Hark. Who lies in the second chamber?
Malcolm.
This is a sorry sight.
Oh. Silly thing to say, a sorry sight.
This one did laugh in his sleep, and one cried murder, that they did wake each other. I stood and heard them, but they did say their prayers and addressed them again to sleep. One cried, God bless us, and amen. The other, listening their fears, I could not say amen when they did say God bless us.
Consider it not so deeply.
But wherefore could not I pronounce amen? I had most need of blessing, and amen stuck in my throat.
These deeds must not be thought of after this way, or it will make us mad.
And methought I heard a voice cry, sleep no more. Macbeth does murder, sleep, the innocent sleep.
What do you mean?
Still, it cried, sleep no more to all the house. Glamis hath murdered sleep, therefore Cawdor shall sleep no more, Macbeth shall sleep no more.
My worthy Thane, you do unbend your mind with these brain sickly thoughts. Now go get some water and wash this filthy witness from your hand. Why have you brought the daggers from the place? They must lie there. Go! Carry them and smear the sleepy grooves with blood.
I'll go no more. I'm afraid to think what I have done. Look on it again, I dare not.
Infirm of purpose. Give me the daggers. The eye, sleeping in the dead are but as pictures. 'Tis the eye of childhood that sees a painted devil. If he do bleed, I shall gild the faces of the grooms withal, for it must seem their guilt.
Whence is that knocking? How is it with me when every noise appalls me? What hands are here? Will all great Neptune's ocean not wash this blood clean from my hand?
My hands are of your color, yet I, shame to wear a heart so white. Hark! Knocking at the south entry. Retire we to our chambers. How easy it is then, a little water clears us of this deed. Your constancy hath left you unattended. More knocking. Put on your nightgown lest occasion call us, and show us to be watchers. Be not lost so poorly in your thoughts.
To know my deed, 'twere best not know myself. Wake, Duncan, with thy knocking! I would thou couldst.
Here's a knocking indeed. If a man were porter of Hell Gate, he should have old turning the key. Knock, knock, knock! Who's there in the name of Beelzebub? Faith, here's a farmer that hanged himself on the expectation of plenty. Come in time, have napkins enough about you. Here you'll sweat for it. Knock, knock, knock. Who's there in the other devil's name? Faith. Here's an equivocator that could swear in both scales against either scale, who committed treason enough for God's sake, yet could not equivocate his way to heaven. Oh, come in, equivocator. Knock, knock, Faith, who's there? Here's an English tailor, come hither for stealing out of a French hose. Come in, tailor. Here you may roast your goose. Knock, 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 never in quiet. What are you? This place is too cold for hell. I'll devil porter it no further. I had thought to let in some of all professions that go the primrose way to the everlasting bonfire. Anon, anon! I pray you, remember the porter.
Was it so late, friend, ere you went to bed that you do lie so late?
Faith, sir, we were carousing till the second cock, and drink, sir, is a great provoker of three things.
What three things does drink especially provoke?
Marry, sir, nose painting, sleep, and urine. Lechery, it provokes and unprovokes. It provokes the desire, but takes away the performance. Therefore, much drink may be said to be an equivocator with lechery. It makes him, it mars him, it sets him on, it takes him off, it persuades him, it disheartens him, it makes him stand to and not stand to. In conclusion, it equivocates him in his sleep, then giving him the lie, leaves him.
I believe drink gave thee the lie last night. Is that master stirring? Knocking has awaked him. Here he comes.
Good morrow, noble sir.
Good morrow, good Macduff.
Is the king stirring, worthy thane?
Not yet.
Well, he did command me to call timely on him. I've almost slipped the hour.
I'll bring you to him.
I know this is a joyful trouble to you, but yet 'tis one.
The labor we delight in physics pain. There's the door.
I'll make so bold to call, for 'tis my limited service.
Goes the king hence today?
He does. He did appoint so.
The night has been unruly. Our chimneys were blown down. Lamentings were heard ill the air, as they say. Accents, prophesizing in accents terrible. Some did say the earth was feverish and did shake.
'Twas a rough night.
Remember to pick out parallel fellow language. Horror! What's the matter? Most sacrilegious murder!
What is it you say?
Approach the chamber and destroy your sight! Do not bid me speak! Go, see and speak yourselves! Awake! Awake, ring the alarm, bell, murder and treason! Malcolm, awake! Shake off this downy sleep, death's counterfeit, and look on death itself! Up! Up and see the great doom's image! Malcolm! Banquo! As from your graves rise up and walk like sprites to countenance this horror! Ring the bell!
What is the business? Such a hideous trumpet calls to parley the sleepers of this house. Speak! Speak!
Oh, gentle lady, 'tis not for you to hear when I can speak. The repetition in a woman's ear would murder as it fell. Banquo! Banquo, our royal master's murdered!
What?
Dear Duff, I prithee contradict thyself and say it is not so. Had I but died an hour before this chance, I had lived a blessed time. For now, there's nothing serious in mortality. All is but toys.
What is amiss?
You are, and do not know it. The spring, the head, the fountain of your blood is stopped. The very source of it is stopped.
Your royal father's murdered.
Oh. By whom?
Those of his chamber have done it. Their hands and faces marred with blood.
Yet I do repent me of my fury that I did kill them.
Wherefore did you so?
Who could be wise, amazed, temperate, and furious, loyal and neutral in a moment? No man! Here lay Duncan, his silver skin laced with his golden blood. There, the murderers steeped in the colors of their trade. Who could refrain that had a heart to love?
How many heads?
Look to the lady!
Why do I hold my tongue that most might claim this argument for mine?
Look to the lady. And when we have our naked frailties hid that suffer in exposure, let us meet and question this most bloody piece of work to know it further. Fears and scruples shake us. In the great hand of God I stand, and thence against the undivulged pretense I fight of treasonous malice. So do I!
So all! Let's briefly put on manly readiness and meet in the hall together.
Well contented.
What should I do? Nay, not consort with them. To show an unfelt sorrow is an office which false man does easy. Out to England. For where I am, there's daggers in men's smiles. This bloody, black, and murderous shaft that shot hath not yet lighted, and my safest way is to avoid the aim. Therefore to horse. And let me not be dainty of leave taking, but shift away. There's warrant in that theft which steals itself when there's no mercy left.
How goes the world, sir, now?
Why, see you not?
'Tis known who's done this more than bloody deed?
Those that Macbeth hath slain.
Last the day, what good could they pretend?
They were suborned. Malcolm, the king's heir, is stolen away and fled, which puts upon her suspicion of the deed.
Against nature's still thriftless ambition that ravaged up against thine own life, then most likely the sovereignty fall to Macbeth.
He is already named and gone to Scone to be invested.
Where is Duncan's body?
Carried to Comalkill, sacred storehouse of his predecessor, guardian over their bones.
Will you to Scone?
No, cousin, out to Fife.
Well, thither.
Well then, may you see things well done there, adieu. Must our old robes sit easier than our new.
Thou hast it now. King, Cawdor, Glamis, all as the weird woman promised, and I fear thou playedst most foully for it. Yet it was said, it would not come in thy posterity, but that myself should be the root and father of many kings. If truth come from her, as upon thee, Macbeth, her speeches shine. Why, by the verities on thee made good, may they not be my oracles as well, and set me up in hope? But hush, no more.
Here's our chief guest.
If he had been forgot, it has been as a mistake in our great feast and all thing of becoming.
Tonight we hold a solemn supper, sir, and I'll request your presence.
Let your highness command upon me, to the which my duties are with the most indissoluble tie forever knit.
Ride you this afternoon?
Aye, my good lord.
Is it far you ride?
As far, my lord, as will fill up the time twixt now and supper. Go not my horse, the better I must become a borrower of the night for some dark hour or twain.
Hail not our feast.
My lord, I will not.
We hear our bloody cousin is bestowed in England, not confessing her cruel parricide, filling her hearers with strange invention. But of that, tomorrow. Hie you to horse, adieu, till you return at night.
My good lord.
I wish your horse swift and sure of foot, and so I do commend you to her back. Farewell. Let every man be master of his time till 7 at night. God be with you. Sirrah, attend those men our pleasure.
They are, my lord, without now at the palace gate.
Bring them before us. To be thus is nothing, but to be safely thus. Our fears in Banquo stick deep, and in his royalty of nature reigns that which would be feared. 'Tis much he dares, and to that
dauntless temper of his mind, he hath a wisdom that doth guide his valor to act in safety. There is none but he, whose being I do fear, and under him my genius is rebuked, as it is said Mark Antony's was by Caesar. He chid the sister when first she put the name of king upon me and bade her speak to him. Then, prophet-like, she hailed him father to a line of kings. Upon my head she placed a fruitless crown and put a barren scepter in my gripe, thence to be wrenched with an unlineal hand, no son of mine succeeding, if it be so. For Banquo's issue have I filed my mind. For them, the gracious Duncan, have I murdered, put rancors in the vessel of my peace only for them. And mine eternal jewel, given to the common enemy of man to make them kings, the seed of Banquo kings. Rather than so, come fate into the list and champion me to the utterance. Who's there? Oh, was it not yesterday we spoke together?
It was, so please your highness.
And have you considered of my speeches? Know that it was Banquo in the times past which held you so under fortune.
You made it known to us.
I did so, and went further, which is now our point of second meeting. Do you find your patience so predominant in your nature that you can let this go?
We are men, my liege.
Ah, in the catalogue ye go for men, as hounds and greyhounds, mongrels, spaniels, curs, shuffs, water rugs, and demi-wolves are clept all by the name of dog.
I am one, my liege, whom the vile blows and buffets of the world have so incensed that I am reckless what I do to spite them.
And I another, so weary with disaster, tugged with fortune, that I would set my life on any chance to mend it or be rid on it.
Both of you know Banquo was your enemy.
True, my lord.
So he is mine. And though I could, with barefaced power, sweep him from my sight and bid my will avouch it, yet I must not. For certain friends that are both his and mine, whose loves I may not drop, but wail his fall, who I myself struck down, thence it is that I to your assistance do make love, masking the business from the common eye for sundry weighty reasons.
We shall, my lord, perform as you command us.
Though our lives...
Your spirit shine through you. It must be done tonight.
We are resolved,
My lord.
I'll call upon you straight. Go. Abide within. It is concluded. Banquo, thy soul's flight, if it find heaven, must find it out tonight.
Now, my lord, why do you keep alone? Sorriest fancies your companions making, thinking of those things which should have died along those you think on? But things all without regard should be without remedy. It's done, it's done.
We have scotched the snake, not killed it. She'll close and be herself, whilst our poor malice remains in danger of her former tooth. But let the frame of things disjoint, both the world suffer, ere we will eat our meal in fear and sleep in the affliction of these terrible dreams which shake us nightly. Better be with the dead, whom we, to gain our peace, have sent to peace, than on the torture of the mind to lie in restless ecstasy. Duncan is in his grave. After life's fitful fever, he sleeps well. Nothing can touch him further.
Come on, gentle my lord. Smooth all your ruffled looks and be jovial among your guests tonight.
So shall I, love.
So, I pray be you. Let your remembrance apply to Banquo. Present him eminence, both with eye and tongue, and make our faces vizards to our hearts, disguising what they are.
You must leave this.
Full of scorpions is my mind, dear wife. Thou knowst Banquo lives.
But in him nature's copy is not eternal.
There's comfort yet. He is assailable. There shall be done a deed of dreadful note.
What's to be done?
Be innocent of the knowledge, dearest Chuck, till you applaud the deed. Thou marvelest at my words, but hold thee still. Things bad begun make strong themselves by ill. So prithee go with me.
The west yet glimmers with some streaks of day. Now spurs the lated traveler apace to gain the timely inn. And near approaches the subject of our watch.
Hark, I hear horses. Then 'tis he, for the rest that are within the note of expectation already are in the court.
His horses go about.
Almost a mile, but he does usually, so all men from hence to the palace gate make it their walk.
Alight! Alight!
'Tis he!
Stand to it!
Will be rain tonight.
Let it come down.
Treachery! Slave!
Come on! Welcome to our solemn supper.
My lord?
Here, I'll sit in the midst.
Wine!
Welcome all! You know your own degrees. At first and last, the hearty welcome.
Thanks to your majesty.
Ourself will mingle with society and play the humble host. Our hostess keeps her state, but in best times we will require her welcome.
Announce it for me, sir, to all our friends, for my heart speaks. They are all welcome.
Be large in mirth. Anon, we'll drink a measure. Blood on my face.
His back closed now. My lord, his throat is cut. But I did for him.
Thou art the best of the cutthroats. We can be gone.
My royal lord, you do not give the cheer.
Sweet remembrancer! Here had we now our country's honor roofed, were the grace person of our Banquo present, who, may I rather challenge for unkindness than pity for mischance.
His absence, sir, lay blame upon his promise.
What is it moves your majesty?
Which of you have done this? Thou canst not say I did it! Never shake thy gory locks at me!
Gentlemen, leave his
No,
hands.
no, please, stay. My lord is often thus. He hath been since his youth. Why do you make such faces?
Prithee, see there! Behold! Look, lo! How say you? What care I? If thou canst nod, speak too! If charnel houses and our graves must send those that we bury back, our monuments shall be the maws of kites!
What a manted folly.
If I stand here, I saw him.
Fie for shame.
This is more strange than such a murder is.
My royal lord, your noble friends do lack you.
I do forget. Here had we now our country's honor roofed, and I drink to the general joy of the whole country, and our dear friend Banquo, whom we miss. Well done, and quit my sight! Hence, horrible shadow, unreal mockery, hence! Hence! Why, so being gone, I am a man again. Pray you, stay.
You have displaced the mirth.
Can such sights be?
What sights, my lord?
Oh, he grows worse at once. Good night.
Good night, and better health than His Majesty.
Good night to all.
It will have blood. They say blood will have blood. What is the night?
Almost at odds with morning, which is which.
How sayest thou that Macduff denies his person at our great bidding?
Did you send to him, sir?
I will send. I will tomorrow. And betimes I will to the weird sister. More shall she speak. For now I am bent to know by the worst means the worst. I am in blood stepped in so far that should I wade no more, returning were as tedious as go o'er.
You lack the season of all natures. Sleep.
Come, will to sleep. My strange and self-abuse is the initiate fear that wants hard use. We are yet but young, indeed.
My former speeches have but hit thy thoughts, which can interpret further. Only, I say, things have been strangely born. The gracious Duncan was much pitied of Macbeth. Marry, he was dead. Who cannot want the thought how monstrous it was for Malcolm to kill his gracious father?
Damned fact.
And how Macbeth did grieve him. Did he not straight, in pious rage, the two delinquents tear that were the slaves of drink and thralls of sleep? Was not that nobly done?
Aye, and wisely too, for 'twould have angered any heart alive to hear the men deny it.
For that he failed his presence at the tyrant's feast, I hear Macduff lives in disgrace. Can you tell where he bestows himself?
'Tis said that Malcolm, the issue of Duncan, from whom this tyrant holds the due of birth, lives in the English court, and thither Macduff has gone to pray the holy king upon his aid, to wake Northumberland and warlike seaward. There, by the help of these, he prepares for some attempt of war.
Round about the cauldron go, in the poisoned entrails throw. Double, double, toil and trouble, fire burn and cauldron bubble. By the pricking of my thumbs, something wicked this way comes. Open locks, whoever knocks.
How now? You secret black and midnight hag, what is it you do?
A deed without a name.
I conjure thee, by that which you profess, however you come to know it, answer me.
Speak, demand, I'll answer.
Tell me, thou unknown power.
knows thy thought. Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Beware the Thane of Fife. Beware Macduff.
Whatever thou art, thou hast heart my fears aright. For thy good counsel, thanks. But one word more.
Macbeth, Macbeth, Macbeth. Be bloody, bold, resolute, laugh to scorn the power of man, for none of woman born shall harm Macbeth.
Then live, Macduff, what need I fear of thee? But yet, I'll make assurance double sure, and take a bond of fate. Thou shalt not live, that I may tell pale-hearted fear it lies, and sleep in spite of thunder.
Be lion-mettled, proud, and take no care who chafes, who frets, or where conspirers are. Macbeth shall never vanquish me until great Birnam Wood to high Dunsinane Hill shall come against him.
That shall never be. Who can impress the forest, bid the tree unfix his earthbound root? Sweet bodements good, rebellion's head rise never, till the wood of Birnam rise, and our high place Macbeth shall live the lease of nature. Yet my heart throbs to know one thing more. Shall Banquo's issue ever reign in this kingdom?
Seek to know no more.
I will be satisfied. Deny me this, and an eternal curse fall on you. Let me know.
Show his eyes and grieve his heart. Come like shadows, so depart.
No, horrible sight! Why do you show me this? The sight to sear mine eyeballs, filthy hag! I'll see no more, no! For now I see 'tis true. The blood-boltered Banquo smiles upon me. What? Is this so?
Aye, sir. All this is so. But why stands Macbeth thus amazedly? Oh, come, let me cheer up his sprites and show the best of our delights. That this great king may kindly say our duties did his welcome pay.
Let this pernicious hour stand I accursed on the calendar. Come in without there.
What is your grace's pleasure?
Saw you the weird sister?
No, my lord.
Came she not by you?
No, indeed, my lord.
Well, I did hear the galloping of horse. Who was it came by?
'Tis 2 or 3, my lord, that gave word that Macduff has fled to England.
Fled to England?
Aye, my good lord.
Time, thou anticipatest my dread exploits. The flighty purpose never is o'ertook unless the deed go with it. From this moment, the very firstlings of my heart shall be the firstlings of my hand. And even now, to crown my thoughts with acts, be it thought and done. The castle of Macduff I will surprise, seize upon Fife, give to the edge of the sword his wife, his babes, and all unfortunate souls that trace him in his line. No boasting like a fool. This deed I'll do before this purpose cool. But no more sights. Where are these gentlemen? Come, bring me where they are.
Aye, my lord.
What had my husband done to make him fly the land?
You must have patience, my dear Lady Macduff.
He had none. His flight was madness. When our actions do not, our fears do make us traitors.
You know not whether it was his wisdom or his fear.
Wisdom. To leave his wife. To leave his babes. His mansion and his titles in a place from whence himself does fly? He loves us not. He wants the natural touch. For the poor wren, the most diminutive of birds, will fight her young ones in her nest against the owl. All is the fear and nothing is the love, as little as the wisdom where the flight so runs against all reason.
Good cousin, pray you school yourself. For your husband, he is noble, wise, judicious, and best knows the fits of the season. I cannot speak further on this, for it is troubled times where we are traitors but do not know ourselves. We hold rumors to what we fear but do not know what we fear. I take my leave of you. I shall return here again.
Fathered he is, yet he's fatherless.
fool if I stayed longer.
Bless you, fair dame. I am not to you known, though in your state of honor I am perfect. I doubt some danger does approach you nearly. If you will take the advice of a homely old man, be not found here. Hence with your little ones! To fright you thus, methinks I am too savage. To do more than that were fell cruelty, which is too nigh your person. Heaven preserve thee, I dare abide no longer.
Whither should I fly? I have done no harm. But I remember now, I am in this earthly world, where to do harm is often laudable, to do good, sometime accounted dangerous folly. Why, then, alas, do I put up that womanly defense to say I have done no harm? What are these faces?
Where is your husband?
I hope in no place so unsanctified where such as thou mayst find him.
He is a traitor.
Thou shag-haired villain! Murder! Help! Help!
Let us seek out some desolate shade, there weep our sad bosoms empty.
Let us rather hold fast the mortal sword, and like good men bestride our downfall and birth. Each new morn, new widows howl, new orphans cry, new sorrows strike heaven on the face that it resounds as if it felt with Scotland and yelled out like syllable of dole.
What I believe, I'll wail. What no believe, and what I can redress, as I shall find the time to friend, I will. What you have spoke, it may be so, perchance. This tyrant, whose sole name blisters our tongues, was once thought honest. You have loved him well. He hath not touched you yet.
I am not treacherous.
But Macbeth is. A good and virtuous nature may recoil in an imperial charge.
I have lost my hopes.
Perchance even there where I did find my doubts. Why in that rawness left you wife and child without leave taking? You may be rightly just, whatever I shall think.
Bleed, poor country. Wear thou thy wrongs. The title is afeard. Fare thee well, Lord. I would not be the villain that thou thinkst.
Be not offended. I speak not as an absolute fear of you. I think our country sinks beneath the yoke. It weeps. It bleeds, and each new day a gash is added to her wounds. I think withal there would be hands uplifted in my right. And here from gracious England have I offer of goodly thousands. But for all this, when I shall tread upon the tyrant's head or wear it on my sword, yet my poor country shall have more vices than it had before.
What should they be?
It is myself, I mean, in whom I know all the particulars of vice so grafted as when they shall be opened. Black Macbeth will seem as pure as snow.
Not in the legions of horrid hell can come a devil more damned in evils to top Macbeth.
I grant him bloody, luxurious, avaricious, false, deceitful, sudden, malicious, smacking of every sin that has a name but there's no bottom. None in my voluptuousness. Better Macbeth than such a one to reign.
Fear not yet to take upon you what is yours. Scotland hath foisons to fill up your will, of your mere own, all these are portable with other graces ways.
But I have none! The king becoming graces is justice, verity, temperance, stableness, bounty, perseverance, mercy, lowliness, devotion, patience, courage, fortitude. I have no relish of them, but abound in a division of each several crime, acting it many ways. Nay, had I power, I would pour the sweet milk of concord into hell, uproar the universal peace, confound all unity on earth. If such a one be fit to govern, speak. I am as I have spoken.
Fit to govern. No, not to live. Oh, nation miserable, since that the truest issue of thy throne, by her own interdiction, stands accursed, and does blaspheme her breed. Thy royal father was a most sainted king. The queen that bore thee oftener upon her knees than on her feet died every day she lived. Farewell.
Macduff, this noble passion, child of integrity, hath from my soul wiped the black scruples, reconciled my thoughts to thy good truth and honor. For even now I put myself to thy direction. Here abjure the taints and blames I laid upon myself as strangers to my nature. What I am, truly, is thine, and my poor country's to command. Why are you silent?
Such welcome and unwelcome things 'tis hard to reconcile. Of my ever gentle cousin, welcome hither.
My worthiest cousin, his royal liege.
Down Scotland where it did.
Alas, poor country, gonna be called our mother, but our grave. Her violent tendencies seem a modern ecstasy. Men expire before their flowers in their cap, either sick or dying.
What's the newest grief?
The hour doth hiss the speaker, but every minute teems a new one.
How does my wife?
Well.
And all my children?
Well, too.
The tyrant has not battered at their peace?
They were well at peace when I last did leave them.
Be not a miser of your speech, how ghost.
I have words that would be howled out to the desert air were hearing men not watch upon them.
Well, what concern they? The general cause, or is it a fee grief due to some single breast?
No mind that's honest, but in it shares some woes, and the main part pertains to you alone.
If it be mine, keep it not from me. Quickly, let me have it.
Let your ears not despise my tongue, for they possess the heaviest words they've ever yet heard.
I guess at it.
Is your castle surprised? Your wife, children savagely slaughtered? We're on the quarry of these dead deer to add the death of you.
Merciful heaven. Give sorrow words. The grief that does not speak whispers the o'erfraught heart and bids it break.
My children too.
Women, children, servants, all that can be found.
And I must be from thence. My wife killed too.
I've said.
Be comforted. Let's make us medicines of our great revenge to cure this deadly grief.
He has no children! Oh, my pretty ones! Did you say, oh, how kind, what? All my pretty chickens and their dam at one fell swoop!
Dispute it like a man.
I shall do so! But I must also feel it as a man. I cannot but remember such things that were most precious to me. Sinful Macduff, they were all struck for me, not that I am. Not for their own demerits, but for mine fell slaughter on their souls. Heaven rest them now.
Be this the whetstone of your sword. Let grief convert to anger, blunt not the heart. Enrage it.
Oh, I can play the woman with mine eyes, a braggart with my tongue. But merciful heaven, cut short all intermission. Front to front, bring thou this fiend of Scotland and myself. Within my sword's length, set him. If he escape, heaven forgive him too.
This tune goes manly. Come, go we to the king. Our power is ready. Our lack is nothing but our leave. Macbeth is ripe for shaking, and the powers above put on their instruments. Receive what cheer you may. The night is long that never finds the day.
her very guise, and upon my life, fast asleep. Observe her, stand close.
You see her eyes are open.
Aye, but their sense is shut.
What is it she does now?
It is an accustomed action she does.
Here is the spot.
Hark!
Damn spot, how is it? 1, 2. Why then 'tis time to do it. Hell is murky. Fie, my lord, fie. A soldier and a feared. What need we fear? Who knows it? We none can call our power to account. Yet who would have thought the old man to have had so much blood in him?
Do you mark that?
Had a wife. Where is she now? Oh, I hold his hands. Now be clean. Oh, God. No more of that, no more, Lord. You are all with this starting.
Go to. You have heard what you should not.
She has spoke what she should not.
Yes.
I am sure of that.
Smell of blood still. Oh, all the perfumes of Arabia will not sweeten this little hand. Oh.
The heart is sorely charged.
I would not have such a heart in my bosom for the dignity of the whole body.
This disease is beyond my practice, yet I have known those which have walked in their sleep, who have died holily in their beds.
Wash your hands. Put on your nightgown. Look like so pale. I tell you again. Banquo's buried. Cannot come out on his grave.
Even so.
To bed. To bed. Ah! Knocking at the gate! Come, give me your hands! What's done cannot be undone.
Foul whisperings are abroad. Unnatural deeds do breed unnatural troubles. Infected minds to their deaf pillows will discharge their secrets. More needs she the divine than the physician. So good night. My mind she has mated and amazed my sight. I think, but dare not sleep.
Good night. Good, doctor. The English power is near, my lord. They're led on by Malcolm and the good
Bring me
Macduff.
no more reports. Let them fly all. Till Burnham would remove to Dunsinane, I cannot taint with fear. What's the child, Malcolm? Was she not born of woman? The mortal spirit that knows all consequences has pronounced me thus. Fear not, Macbeth. No one that's born of woman shall e'er have power upon thee. The devil damn thee black, thou cream-faced loon. Where dost thou that goose look?
There is 10,000
Eastmerlin
soldiers, sir!
Go prick thy face and overread thy fears, thou lily-livered girl. What soldiers wave face?
The English force so please you!
Take thy face hence. Seyton! I am sick at heart when I behold... Seyton, I say! I have lived long enough. My way of life has fallen into the sear, the yellow leaf. And that which should accompany old age as honor, love, obedience, troops of friends, I must not look to have, but in their stead, curses. Not loud, but deep. Mouth honor, breath that the poor heart would fain deny and dare not.
What is your gracious pleasure?
What news more?
Oh, it is confirmed that it has been reported, my lord.
I'll fight till from my bones my flesh be hacked. Bring me my sword.
'Tis not needed.
Bring me my sword! Send out more horses, stir the country round, hang those that talk of fear. How does your patient, doctor?
Not so sick, my lord, as she is troubled with thick-coming fancies that keep her from her rest.
Cure her of that. Can thou not minister to a mind diseased, pluck from the memory a rooted sorrow?
Therein the patient must minister to himself.
Throw physic to the dogs. I'll none of it. I will not be afraid of death and bane till Burnham Forest come to Dunsinane.
Right from Dunsinane away and clear profit again should hardly draw me here.
What wood is this before us?
The wood of Burnham.
Let every soldier hew him down a bough and bear it before him.
Thereby shall we shadow the numbers of our host and make discovery air in report of us.
Shall be done.
Hang out our banners on the outward walls. The cry is still they come. Our castle's strength will laugh a siege to scorn. Were they not forced with those that should be ours, we might have met them dareful, beard to beard, and beat them backward home. What is that noise?
'Tis the cry of women, my good lord!
I have almost forgot the taste of fears. Time has been my senses would have cooled to hear a night shriek. Wherefore was that cry?
The queen, my lord, is dead.
She should have died hereafter. There would have been a time for such a word. Tomorrow. And tomorrow. And tomorrow creeps in this petty pace from day to day to the last syllable of recorded time. And all our yesterdays have lighted fools the way to dusty death. Out. Out, brief candle. Life's but a walking shadow. A poor player that struts and frets his hour upon the stage and then is heard no more. It is a tale told by an idiot, full of sound and fury, signifying nothing.
My lord!
Thou comes to use thy tongue, thy story quickly.
I should report that which I say I saw, but know not how to do it.
Well, say, sir.
As I did stand my watch upon the hill, I looked toward Burnham, and anon methought the wood began to move.
Liar and slave.
Let me endure your wrath if it be not so. I say, within these 2 miles may you see it coming. I say, a moving grove!
If thou speakest false upon the next tree, shalt thou hang alive till famine cling thee. Blow wind, come rack. At least we'll die with harness on our back.
Now near enough! Your leafy screens throw down and show like those you are. Fare you well.
Do we but find the tyrant's power tonight? Let us be beaten if we cannot fight.
They have tied me to a stake. I cannot fly, but bear like I must fight the course.
What is thy name?
Thou be afraid to hear it. My name's Macbeth.
The devil could not pronounce a name more hateful to mine ear.
No, nor more fearful. Thou was born of woman.
Tyrant! Show your face! If thou be slain, with no stroke of mine, my wife and children's ghosts will haunt me still. Turn, hellhound! Turn!
Of all men else I have avoided thee. But get thee back. My soul is too much charged with blood of thine already.
I have no words. My voice is in my sword. Thou bloodier villain than terms can give thee out!
Thou losest labor. I bear a charmed life which must not yield to one of woman born.
Despair thy charm, and let the angel whom thou still hast served tell thee. Macduff was from his mother's womb untimely ripped.
Accursed be the tongue that tells me so, and be this juggling fiend no more believed that palters with us in a double sense.
I will not fight with thee.
Then yield thee, coward!
I will not yield. To kiss the ground before young Malcolm's feet, and to be baited by the rabble's curse. Though Burnham would become to Duncanane, and thou opposed, being of no woman born, yet I will try the last. Lay on, Macduff, and damned be him that first cries hold. Enough!
Hail, Queen, for so thou art. Behold, the usurper's cursed body. The time is free.
We shall not spend a large expense of time before we reckon with your several loves and make us even with you. My thanes and kinsmen, henceforth be earls, the first that Scotland in such an honour named. What's more to do, which would be newly planted with the time, is calling home our exiled friends abroad, who fled the snares of watchful tyranny, producing forth the cruel ministers of this dead butcher and his fiend-like queen, who, as 'tis thought, by stealth and violent hands took off her life. This and what needful else that calls upon us, by the grace of grace, we will perform in measure, time, and place.
Hail, Queen of Scotland!
Hail!